Nothing? Oh. Well,
Penis.
I am...
All right. A lot of things at once.
So, was that just like a collection of attempts to not use penis and to be more creative? Because that just kind of became a flurry of noise, guys. That was just a lot of things happening at once.
Yeah, but you're talking about it.
Yeah, I am.
So
it's true, but it's like, I mean, if Aaron were to run into the room with a bag of sand and throw it at me as I hit go, I would also stop to talk about that. It doesn't mean he was creative.
Can't believe you blow a fart like that in front of everybody, Gina. I can't believe you do that.
Oh my god. I can fart now.
Okay.
We have to think about if we want to leave out tonight or not. It would potentially be colder, and not a lot of us, just me, cannot see in the dark. So, at the same time, it would be good to have a bit of a head start on this. What do the rest of you think?
I'm pretty comfy going out in the dark, but it's up to you.
Head start
I'm
on
good
what?
to go as soon as possible, honestly.
We're making our way over to the other group of the Knights of Ulysses. I was wondering if we should make our way over there now, because we could make our way going forward, but it is getting later in the night.
Quick interjection.
No. Yes, of course.
To my understanding, your objective had been to go after the Talon, the tower that is within this city.
Yes, the next spire thing.
Yeah, but that's where people are going to be, right?
No.
Am I wrong? I'm a dumb.
We're the only ones going there.
You're the strike force being sent out to go to that, to clear it, so the blizzard can clear, so that everybody can go to the next city over. Sorry, I knew that Nicole would remember, so I just wanted to interject, being like, sorry. Hope I didn't overstep
probably
there.
Lights in there. Never mind, we got this.
That's fine. It's been like 2 weeks.
Either way,
it's been like a month and a half since that conversation was had, so I thought I would just pop in.
Going back on what I was saying, we are going to go to the Talon, and there's probably going to be lights there. Let's not worry about it. Let's go.
All right. On an elevator, so yeah, it's probably got lights. Unless it's a dark Talon.
I do have this flashlight duct taped to my rifle, so.
That's good. That's good.
You know it has a rail to put a flashlight on it, right?
Well, yes, but this is better. Shut up. But look at it. It's nice. It's sturdier. Not going to. This is never coming off.
I guess if women don't find you handsome, they can
I'm just gonna touch the tip of the gun and cast light.
20 feet of light surrounds you.
I can't always have you around, Marile. Come on, look, it's a nice flashlight. I did a good job.
It just
if he tries to look down their sights, it'll blind you.
It just proves that you need her in your life. She's essential to your existence.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
You literally can't live without her.
She is essentially why I'm here.
Is there a giant hole in your apartment? Like, if you stayed home, wouldn't you be like delivering pizza or like, you know, dealt with whatever did that to your house? I feel like maybe it's good that she's the reason you're here.
Yes, if I didn't take Marley over to her job in the middle of the night, then I would have probably died inside of the apartment. Da. We all know.
I think what you're looking for is thank you.
It's quite all right, everybody. We don't have to get too into why everyone is alive and all of that. It's okay. I mean, after all, I would not even be here for everyone to meet if Nicolo decided not to kill me.
So anyway.
Oh.
Walks forward.
Damn.
Manny. That's me.
I don't think he's very grateful for Marile.
I think he's just shy.
Oh, you think so?
Uh-huh.
Think he can't admit his true feelings?
Yeah.
So, with the demons defeated down here, the ice and whatnot that had been covering most of the area has begun to melt. So there's a lot of just small little shallow puddles of water on the ground. Not enough that you guys are wading through water, but enough that it's damp. You notice the slightest from where you are, the slightest tremor, the slightest just distant. And whenever you pay attention to it for a second, your eyes drift down as you see that each time it happens, like the glass of water in Jurassic Park, the puddles around you all seem to vibrate briefly whenever it happens. These small tremors appear to be a ways in between, a good 8 or 9 seconds between each of them, and they aren't growing stronger, but they are enough that, dull as they are causing the water in the area to shift and ripple.
Nicolo, do you remember that one movie with the dinosaurs? Where
He thinks for a second.
that had the T-Rex, the Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, the smash hit from 1993, directed by Steven Spielberg.
Yes.
Oh yes, Jeff Goldblum.
Yes, that one, Mr. Goldblum. You remember that one scene with the water where it vibrated, and that meant that the T-Rex was far away but still close enough that it, being very heavy and its steps would do the boom boom with the water?
I don't like that you're bringing it up right now.
Can you look at the water?
As you guys regard it and you see it, a stillness fills the area as you all try very intently to look at these sources of water, and you see it as well. As you do, these tremors start to not grow more frequent, but the water begins to vibrate more, initially enough that even at the center of the ripples, a small drop of water is cast up and then back down into the puddles. And then as it continues, the puddles almost seem to jump slightly as the tunnels around you start to vibrate. Again, every 8, 9 seconds, the same tempo continuing on. Then as it grows, it becomes almost thunderous to the point where when it shakes, some ice from the ceiling cracks and falls down onto the ground, and then stops. And you hear the distant, incredibly loud sound of what sounds like metal twisting and bending, letting out the screeching sound that large flats of metal do whenever they're forced to bend, like a girder being twisted, but hundreds all at once, followed by a massive crash, one final huge tremor, and then the distorted sound of some distant thing coming from seemingly everywhere at once, some massive, almost metallic, Godzilla-esque in scale screech, echoes and fills the hallways, and then there's silence. And no more thumping.
Yeah, I don't want to
See
stick
what the
around for
fuck
that.
that is.
Hey guys,
What?
do you think he saw us?
Not yet, but he's gonna.
You think he... What?
What?
Saurus, like,
Like, so?
Oh.
We're talking about Jurassic Park. Come on, keep up, people.
I don't know
running.
what Jurassic Park is!
all right, let's go, guys.
I'm going.
Life finds a way.
Alright.
Way to not get comedy gold.
As you guys rush and you take the 10, 20 minutes when you're moving at a quick pace that it takes to navigate your way back through these underground chambers, as you approach it, you hear the sounds of distant fighting. The sound of blades meeting, of magic being used, more girders, more crashing, a massive scraping sound. You, with your passive perception, you can hear it faintly in the distance and make out these sounds relatively well. And as you do, as you guys come close to the area where the tunnel would let out back into the arena, you just barely see the light of the arena as you see large pieces of debris collapse over it and crash down in front of the tunnel. But again, just before you do, the last thing that you do manage to see beyond it, before the way is obscured, is a series of small arcane daggers littering the area, pierced into the ground. Debris filling the arena outside, small pinkish daggers accompanying it, and the sounds of battles and the civilians who had been here, fleeing and running and trying to find cover on the other side.
Is there any other ways to go?
Sure.
Yeah. That's what I'm
We
gonna
could. We'd have to go down through the tunnels and all the way back around through the way of the other generators and up on the other side. That's assuming that it's fine over there as well.
If
Gino,
we all
do you
work
think you
together,
can
we
handle
might be able
this?
to move it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You want to just move this out of the way?
All right, I'll help as much as I can.
Alright.
Gino and I doing our best.
Okay.
I'll help.
Drunk boys.
Okay. As you guys attempt to do so, let's see. I would like the two of you to please roll me strength checks.
I got an idea.
Oh no.
What is it,
Emmanuel
Emmanuel?
vanishes.
In what way are
Any?
you planning to use Blink to do this?
I'm gonna cast Blink, and while I'm in the ethereal plane, I'm gonna move, and I'm gonna use the movement afforded by Blink to try and pass through the downed rebel.
As you do, sure. I'll say each strength attempt, effectively takes about a minute of clearing rubble to try to move things. As you do this, as you guys get near the end of the first one, and you find that you don't manage to move all that much, every time you move some of it out of the way, more just seems to collapse in and tighten the pile that's there. And you feel like it can still be worked through, it's just taking a while. As you do this, Emmanuel puts their hand out, magic courses around them, and in the ethereal plane, they run through the pile onto the other side. And Emmanuel, you blink back into the existence. What you see is, under the other side, the sports field, where they do the sports, with the dugouts and the bats and the bases. It's covered in a thin layer of snow, which looks like it's only just begun to build up. Following it, noticing that there's snow in here, you look up, and you see there are several holes piercing the metallic canopy of the stadium, including one massive tear that serves as this huge window to the outside, one tear that is running along the entirety of the overhead of the arena. Snow has begun to seep in through that, but it looks like the demonic blizzard itself hasn't begun to enter. The thing that alarms you the most as you turn, you see the large cement structure that had housed Ovette and Adric's stations when you arrived, where you met with them, has collapsed. Looking to it, it collapsed recently enough that you see bits of it still settling. Large blast marks are evident near the base of it, and the formerly two-story structure is now in pieces and scattered about the field as if it had lurched and been blasted forward. As you see this, there is another metallic, gradual groaning of metal echoing as if something is scraping and pulling along the top of the stadium. And that's effectively what you see. You see battling going on, you see the bodies of dead demons around. You arrive just in time to see civilians running into the areas where the tunnels would lead out into the locker rooms. But you don't see any of the Knights of Ulyssia evidently guarding them where they are. You hear a slam coming from the southern side of the arena, and you look towards it, and you see a large metal door has closed, which previously had been closed, but you hear the sound of it closing over there. And you don't know what it is, but you realize you'd heard commotion in that direction. It looks like it's slammed shut, and something is on the other side, as if something was pushing something out of the arena. And you just hear a faint yell, almost voiceless, just a groan come from the direction of the collapsed cement structure that had previously stood where Adric's station had been. So now...
You're taking kooky spooks over here, guys!
Oh fuck.
And I'm still here, that's good! I'm gonna try to help these people. I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast in the direction of... You said there's still some civilians?
Yes.
I'm gonna try just supporting fire. Eldritch Blast at any demons that are harrying them to afford them some time.
As you do, the demons that are over there are relatively small. It looks like nothing huge has currently gotten in. But as you fire them off and try to stave off some of them, that 23 in particular, you manage to hit one of them, and these small bat-like demons that are coming after, they look like almost baby versions of the frost hellbats you'd fought. You hit one of them, and it explodes. It just pops into arcane energy as civilians rush away. Manny, these demons rush towards you, and as you back up against the debris, you start firing off blasts at them, trying to get them away. One stray blast goes up near the massive tear and lights it up briefly, and as it flies into the air with your incredible range for your magic, as it soars up, you see outside a very brief section of some massive mechanical structure made of what looks like this almost eroded copper. This bluish and copper metal outside gets lit up, and as the blast continues to go up at this thing that is seemingly lurching over the stadium, it passes by what seems to be a huge mechanical eye, and you become aware that there is something colossal looming over the stadium, bearing a strong resemblance to the thing you'd seen in the water before. And as that blast goes by it starts moving, and you realize it's blotting out the sky above the stadium. You guys scramble through. By this point, about 3 minutes, 4 minutes have passed since the time of the collapse in this tunnel, just to give you a general time frame. You hear another just faint, "Hello? Is anybody? Who is that?" Coming from the direction of the...
voice.
You didn't talk to them, really. Those of you that know the Knights, you recognize that as being Ida, the relatively bulky mechanic woman who had been working with Ovette. And as soon as this happens, Ovette just turns towards her like, "Ida!" and scrambles through and rushes over towards the structure.
We should go see what that's about. Right.
Okay.
No time like the right now.
As you go over, you guys continue to see this massive thing moving outside, and what looks like a colossal, almost like fin ending in metallic talons. Each of them large enough that this hand looks like it could wrap around and crush a house. Reaches up and starts... They come down in through the large opening in the ceiling, grips onto the stadium top and starts trying to peel it open. You hear the groaning of metal as it's expanded. Then you hear a from outside as something goes off, some distortion, some disturbance, and it seems to turn its attention. And it leaves. You hear the groaning of metal as its massive body moves, as it briefly turns its attention away. You guys reach the cement structure, the collapsed remains of it. When you reach Ida, you see she's halfway covered. She's face down, forward. Her waist and down are covered in debris from the building. It looks like she's having trouble breathing.
I got you. Gonna try to lift it up.
As you rush forward, Ovette moves towards it, starts trying to calm down Ida, who looks like she's panicking under the weight of it. As you guys reach down, you grab the large piece of cement that she's stuck under, start moving it. As you do, Ovette grabs her and like pulls her out. You see her lower body is not doing well. She looks like she can't move her legs, but as she's pulled out, she starts breathing heavily, her breathing having been cut off by it. She is pulled free. She takes a second to gain her breath, as if she had come close enough to death that she's a bit delirious in the moment.
All right,
Probably
she's not
won't
dead.
it probably won't
Gonna
do a
pop a
lot, but I
panacea
want
on
to
her.
throw a cure wounds on her.
Oh,
Yeah, same thing.
that's just healing her?
Yeah.
Sure. Both of you go ahead and use those if you want to. As you heal her, as you grant her some health back, her breathing gets steadier, but she's still visibly shaken.
All right, help her up. Help her up. We have to figure out what to
Yeah.
do.
We should get out of here.
Most of them left. Most of the other knights escorted people out through the sides. Caitlin and Adrian. And Adric. There was the one, I think her name was Lilith. I hadn't seen her before, but they recognized her. She came in with several other succubi. They attacked here.
And she points off towards the southern side of the stadium.
They went out that way. Adric tried to get them away from everybody before fighting them.
Are they still fighting him?
I don't know.
How many other succubi were there?
Initially there was about 8 of them, but Adric and the other 2 managed to kill most of them. They might all be gone by now, I'm not sure. They were pushing Lilith back. By the time you got here, she'd collapsed this thing, though, and Adric took out most of the debris as it fell. But after it fell on me, I didn't see much of what happened afterwards. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
It's
It's fine.
okay. It's not your fault.
Should we go and try and back Adric up?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Can you take care of her, Ovette?
Absolutely. I'll get
Be careful.
I'll get Ida into the side tunnels as well with the rest of the civilians and meet up with whatever knights remain.
She like looks up towards the tear in the canopy, and again, you just see what almost just looks like the sky shifting, given how whatever it is that's out there blots out the sky above you.
Yeah, that's like a red copper pan shark, and it's about to, I don't know, eat the world.
If Lilith is here, you should go try to take them on. If nobody stayed here to finish off Ida, then we're probably fine. I'll try to get everybody deeper underground to get away from whatever that is.
You hear a crumbling as some of the... I know, right? It's nonstop. You hear a crumbling as some of the debris begins to shift, and you see this bluish glow coming from underneath it as Ida instinctually shifts away from the remains of the cement structure as it begins to crumble, and rocks seem to begin to move on its own as something underneath seems to begin to push them off of itself. Ovette backs up as well, aims a wrench towards it, and as they fall, you find that standing where one wasn't before, a statue of the goddess emerges from the remains of the cement.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
What in the world?
Oh, we can buy stuff here.
It's a shop.
All right.
Right.
Wait a second. Hold on.
What?
I'm drawing.
Oh.
You see Emmanuel sketching out like a little heckin' tag with a little crudely like crayon drawn a manual on it.
It's like looking over his shoulder.
Okay, who sucks today? Who's not feeling their best? Who feels like they suck?
And I'm feeling pretty
What?
good.
Okay, you feel
What?
good? All right. Do you feel like you suck, Theo?
Yeah.
Bam! And I slap them in the forehead with a seal, and I'm gonna give them a point of gregarious luck.
Oh? Explain for the class how that works.
It's effectively like a luck point. When you make an attack roll or saving throw, you can expend the point of gregarious luck to roll a d20, and you can choose to use the d20 you've rolled instead.
Ovette, after you guys finish working with that, they seem to be a little bit in awe of the statue that you all had just interacted with as it's covered up.
Oh, good. I've only ever heard of those. Goodness. Statues of the goddess are said to appear when there are those who have a strong tie to the flow of, great calamity. Some divine being, presumably the goddess, she has other names, but we've never definitively landed on anything, lends aid to those willing to fight, and rewards them for doing so. It would appear the group of you have been deemed essential by something higher. Well, I'm gonna one-up it.
Well,
She pulls out a card and hands it to you.
This opens the door you have to go through.
Oh, thanks.
Take that, goddess!
Where would we be without you?
That's right.
This one time I saw a statue that was just this old bald guy. It didn't do anything for me, so I pushed it over.
All right.
Pushed it over
Right.
what?
Said his name was Murmas or something.
That sounds important.
I'm gonna use my Crimson Right.
Was that,
Light my glaive on fire.
was that a Ninja Gaiden reference?
Yes.
All right.
Cool.
Took me a minute, but... Okay.
Putting that on him.
All right.
Let's
That's
hecking
hanging
go.
All right.
alright.
We're going to head downstairs. If that thing keeps tearing this place up, we're not going to be able to live here for long, so we gotta get rid of the blizzard.
We'll head straight to the Talon after this.
All right.
She helps her much larger assistant up to their feet as they both start moving over towards the tunnels. As you guys begin to move, as you start going, there is a thunderous tremor again as the thing outside is moving, each of its footfalls causing a small earthquake. As it does, you see the ceiling, which as previously have been described to you, has all sorts of large icicles on it as the canopy had never fully warmed up. You see them begin moving. You see a couple fall in the middle of the stadium. And as you all begin rushing out towards the door that you have to go through the one that Emmanuel had seen slam close earlier, there's another and you start to see them all begin falling one by one into your path. So as you guys rush forward, stalactites begin falling from the ceiling. I'd like to know, what would you like to do to try to avoid or prevent injury by them as this veritable rain of icicles pelts down? Some of them large, some of them the size of vehicles.
Quick time event.
Could I use my perception to see where they're going to land and avoid them?
Sure, go ahead and roll that,
Avoid
Nicola.
the circles
Hey.
on the ground.
I'm looking for circles on the ground.
Watch for the shadows.
As you go, there's enough of them and they're falling and it's dark enough up there that you can't really track where they're going to go. Unfortunately, as you move forward, you do not manage to, so you're going to be included in another roll here in a minute. We're gonna, you know what, everybody
That
roll
was
me,
the best chance I had. It's my only
just for the fun of this, just keep it in order. Everybody, roll me initiative.
I would like to grab Manny and like hold him under my shield as I like hold it over our heads.
I thought you were gonna use me as a human shield.
I like to use Emmanuel as a shield. I thought you were gonna yeet him like a football.
Although I suppose I could have also done that. I'm doing this instead.
In that case, roll me a Constitution check, we'll say.
That's a 13.
Okay. Unfortunately, as they hit, even with Talamonia above your head, you start to feel the pressure as they begin beating down on you. Talamonia's shield is pushed to the side, and it doesn't quite work. You're going to be involved in another check here in a minute.
Is there any way to produce enough fire that once it gets to a certain radius, they just start to melt so that they're not as bad if they do hit?
The spellcast, or the DC stat for your thing is charisma, right? That's what we use for the calculations. Roll me a charisma check, we'll say, to like pump enough energy into it to try to do so.
Hey.
That's high enough. All right, Marile. As you do so, you create fire. The tips of your hair begin to become singed. As this happens, Marile, by the way, there's a brief moment of that same headache that you felt before, that same pain building up. And with the general knowledge that Lilith is relatively close, you piece together that that pain is probably associated with her being there, but you push your way through it, create flames, dance, swirl them around yourselves, and any ice that strikes you on the way doesn't manage to hit you. Please gain a style point.
Yay!
I would like to press Y as the. No.
All right, roll controller.
Are we in an area of dim or dark, dim light or darkness or anything?
I'd say it'd be dim. Yeah.
Can I use a style point to teleport to a safe area with my shroud?
Yeah, absolutely. Since you're using a style point for it, I'd say roll me, use the style point and roll dexterity. Like, include the style point in the roll.
Oh, I'm not good at that. Uh-oh.
Thanks, Nicolo. Actually, what would it be? If you're doing that, we'll say roll wisdom. Is that better for you?
No.
All right, roll dexterity then. I won't be nice to you. Being nice to you will just ruin you. Go and roll dexterity.
Okay.
I was gonna be like, you could use dexterity in theory. Oh no! Arden uses it to warp directly into the path of the largest icicle. You'll be included in a roll in a minute.
Turns around to Theo. You said go to the shadows. I said avoid the shadows.
I said avoid them!
Theo, what would you like to do?
Why didn't you do like the controller said, Arden?
I should have just gone with the joke answer.
I would like to just straight dexterity this and just try to dance my way around them and try to just avoid them as they're falling. Just essentially looking for the shadows, but like trying to just kind of bounce my way across.
Okay, roll me a dexterity check.
Cool.
20. All right. Gain a style point, please. As you move around them, they begin striking around you. You jump up and rebound off a couple of them. You guys see this almost bluish afterimage to Theo as they begin moving, as they appear to have gotten faster and a good degree stronger than they previously had been in similar circumstances. So that's you. So gain a style point, you succeeded. Manny, you are being carried by Gino, who is being pelted and possibly being downed by these icicles. What would you like to do?
I can't heckin' run around, so I'm gonna do what I always do. This has never gone wrong. I'm gonna point my ring open the icicles.
Do it! We're gonna die!
Oh my god.
It starts turning to stone. I was literally just joking to myself that would happen.
You become the target.
Oh no! Oh no!
Emmanuel!
Roll me a con save, please, and it's against whatever the DC for the ring is.
All right, that's a 16. DC for ring
made it.
is.
Or is it?
That's what the ring says, but
Yeah.
I think when we made it into best
That's just from the table when it was made into a demo alarm. It got its own DC.
It is DC 18.
Oh no.
So you are restrained. As you point it straight up, you find your body beginning to lock up, Gino, as you notice that from the point of the ring, his body is slowly starting to turn to stone, running up his arm, and you notice other patches of stone beginning to form along his skin.
Aaron.
No!
Oh.
It's not working. Do you know help?
No, oh no.
I'm now gonna roll the icicles actually against you guys. Here comes that dex save. Pyah! As icicles rain down on all of you. Gino, you nat 20. Arden, you fail. Nicolo, you succeed. Emmanuel, you fail.
Oh.
You guys take 15 points of damage, those that failed.
I'm literally too hot.
All right. Well, glad that's over. So the tunnel begins to collapse. The entrance over the tunnel you are trying to reach as you rush and begin weaving out of these things. Gino, you as well, carrying Manny, continue to move even as they turn to stone. You guys notice that the frame of the tunnel before the actual door starts to collapse. What would you like to do? We're going back to the top again. What would you guys like to collectively do to try to rush towards it and get through it using the card? One of you would have to open it. Who has that, by the way? Let's establish that now.
I thought you gave it to Nicolo.
So I guess I have it?
All right, well, you're up first. So
Unless somebody else wants it? Could I try to rush up as quickly as I can and maybe attempt just a dexterity or a sleight of hand check?
Okay, so you're trying to go super fast. Since your sleight of hand would include your dexterity anyways, roll me a sleight of hand check as you try to rush forward and try to open it and avoid the collapse at the same time.
See, my idea
I'm not rolling very good today.
My idea was to use the devil arm to propel myself like a rocket. I don't know if that's possible.
That might be
though.
more of a dexterity thing. As you do that, Nicolo, you try to get up to it. It starts collapsing. Your leg is hit by a falling piece of rock as you get close. With all of you, all your checks obviously are happening kind of at the same time, so you're all there with them for better or worse. But as it hits your leg, you don't manage to get your hand over to it. You just like move your hand over, but it's a couple of feet too far from you. Whoever goes next, which will be Gino, just know the door is not open yet, so whatever you do needs to include some attempt to try to get that card to the card reader.
Gino, I don't feel so good.
Oh no, we'll get it fixed. It's fine. He's gonna go over to where is Nicolo again in relation to the thing?
He's like just by it, like he's almost against the large metal shutters that you're trying to open, but he's a couple of feet away from the card reader on the side.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to him. Does he have it in his hands?
Yeah. For the purposes of this, we'll say he has his
from
hand
him.
like outstretched towards the reader.
Yeah.
I like
just gonna
tripped
grab it
and I'm
from him.
holding it up like, here!
I grab it and I try to put it in the thing.
Okay, in that case, if you're just rushing, roll me a dexterity check. Or,
Okay.
let's say athletics for this if you want. Dexterity or athletic.
Nice.
Oh! You rush over, Nicolo, as you see him going, Gino rushes forward and rushes past you. You just flick it up in the same way that Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters like to pass cards. You just thrust it through the air, and he catches it between two fingers, runs it down the card reader. There's a very loud "gah" coming from the mechanism, and the shutters begin to move up as Gino manages to rush through. Manny, since you got a 26, I'll say you rush through with Manny. Because you're carrying him, and you got real high. Gino, go ahead and gain a style point.
Oh, okay.
The door is now opening. Marile, what would you like to do to avoid this?
So I had an idea of using the devil arm once more to propel myself forward, like a little bottle rocket.
Mm-hmm. If you want to
Can
do
I?
that, you can roll dexterity.
Roll dexterity.
Gathering all the flames you'd already conjured up, like in behind you, then causing them to burst forward. You gather the flames all behind you, cause an eruption of flame that propels you forward. You slide in ahead of everybody else, getting in underneath the rocks. You will be exempt from the possible damage roll. Arden!
Can I try and investigate like a path that won't, lead to my getting smashed again?
Yep, go ahead. Roll investigation.
It was right there. It was right next to that one.
Gain a style point. You look at it, you look at where there is the fewest pieces that are collapsing down, and you rush towards there. Manage to duck in. Theo.
I'm going to try to look and almost try to time my steps with how the, I'm trying to use perception, just straight up the bat. Try to, perceive where the fucking, stalactites and shit are gonna fall.
Currently, you're trying to avoid the collapsing debris of the tunnel entrance itself. The stalactites you're beyond.
Sorry, my bad.
But if you want to apply the same general thing, then go ahead and roll perception.
Yeah, that's essentially. Sorry, I was saying stalactites and I'm incorrect.
Oh.
Woo!
Unfortunately, as you look at it,
You
you
have
can't.
a luck point.
You do have gregarious luck.
Yeah, it's lucky in my hands. We'll see how this goes.
Go ahead and roll a d20, and then you can replace that if you want.
Oh,
Oh!
There you go.
You gain stat points!
It's lucky in Theo's hands.
You have a
lucky
moment-
in Avi's hands is a different story.
You have a moment of panic, and then, Emmanuel, that was just like a picture of you, right? Like a bad picture of Emmanuel?
Yeah, he just grabbed crayons that he produced from
As
somewhere.
you look towards it, the symbol that he created of himself, the seal he'd given you, lights up briefly and becomes arcane energy that calms you. You open your eyes. You see the path ahead of you, and you rush through the correct way, thanks to his help. Manny,
Theo, you made it.
you're the
I'm
only.
so happy I could have helped you.
I did. Thank you.
I'm going to end your turn, which is going
no.
to cause you to make the save.
Use my 2 star points to use soul muzzle and end the effect before it occurs.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to see what would have happened just for fun?
Absolutely.
All right. You would have succeeded,
Hooray!
but you didn't roll it, so remove those 2 style points.
Yep, they're gone.
You bind energy into the ring, it flashes briefly, and all of the stone on your skin fades away, returns to being skin with this very faint, almost apologetic meow sound echoing out around you, as if a sad cat were there.
Just kidding. And then, because I would have done this on my turn as well, since I know he's right there, I'm gonna use lightning lure on Nicolo.
Oh, sure! Go ahead,
Give
you know
him-
what? Go ahead. Roll it against Nicolo. As it's all about to collapse down on him, chunks of rock begin hitting around him. He fails? Good! Roll damage against him. Nicolo, you take 7 damage, and you are pulled, 10 feet towards you?
Yes, that sounds right.
He creates an arc of lightning that grabs you, singes you, and pulls you in out of the way of the collapse.
I'm just imagining like I was literally about to be crushed.
It collapses behind you, settles, and you guys make it through.
While we're moving forward, I want to kind of drag Marile back a little bit.
Nicolo?
Marile, I don't know what Lilith is capable of, but if it's anything like you, I want to ask if something sounds plausible or not. I don't know how you work.
I feel like I know exactly how she works.
Shut up, Arden!
May I remind you, Nicolo, back to how long has it been now? A little over a year. I didn't even know what I was.
I know. But ever since you figured it out, you've gotten to the point where if I were to have found you like you are now, back then, I would have stood no chance. Probably even now. But I keep remembering what happened back at Mama's place, and I don't want to hurt the team. I wanted to know if you made me like that, would she still be able to? To your knowledge.
To my knowledge, I know that if I tried and it failed, I could not do it again. And I feel like if I could do it, she is La Reina, La Señora. I don't think, and on top of that, I am only half Nicolo. I have no reason to believe she cannot just override me with just a snap of her fingers.
You're stronger than that.
You really
I don't
think
know
so?
if I don't know how this works. I want to try to see if what you have in you can keep me going without her potentially turning me. Marile, could you?
I can try, but I will not make promises.
If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. I just wanted to try.
Besides, you couldn't kill me even when they told you to.
You don't know what I meant. And,
No, I don't mean, the order it was. Violet and Jasper. They wanted you to kill me and you didn't.
I don't want to even have the chance this time.
But, just like you believe in me, Nicolo, I believe in you. Besides, if you kill me, then who's going to pay most of la renta?
I can't afford to have another job. Luckily, I brought you so far away that Arden can shut up!
It will be fine. I want to believe in that.
Before they get too far ahead, then let's try.
She's gonna
So
move
Logan,
forward.
can she charm me?
Marile?
Yeah.
Nothing stops her from doing so.
It's just a concern of, can Lilith be like, oh, that's cute?
So, you mechanically, I'm not going to speak to how well this would work because, depending on how well you convince me you want to try this, I might change my mind. But, you would know that just pure D&D mechanics, you can be charmed by multiple creatures at once. Yeah, it's a very, trying to use charm against charm is a very situational thing, so we'd have to, see how it would go. Yep, you've charmed them. Via charm, if you charm somebody and someone else charms them, you basically just remove them from being able to act against either of you.
Feel any different?
Strange. I thought I would. No. No.
It's
come
not-
on. Let's make our way.
What, did you think you were going to be enamorada?
I thought it would be
Different?
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works. That's all movies.
I see. He's like scratches his head and I'll catch up with them now.
Enamorada means enamored.
Look, no matter anytime she says anything in
Despacito
Spanish to me, I know that Niccolo knows.
Oh no, this is Emmanuel at your feet looking up at you saying that.
Emmanuel, you weren't supposed to be here.
I got bored waiting for you. You guys were away for a while.
You guys don't look down.
By the way, thanks for waiting, Lilith. I know how much.
There is a couple of very large barricades in front of you that it looks like the others would have had to slip through. As you guys are sharing this moment, you hear just a crash as a body comes flying through them, knocking bits of wood down. As you see the one of the two Petal Knights who had seen you guys at the gate when you had first come into the arena. This one being the this one being the man named Catelyn, just crashes through, back, blade with sword in hand, hits the ground behind, just kind of raises his spine up for a second on the ground. He's like, ah! Oh, fuck! Ah! Ah! Turns over onto his side, looks up at you guys. Oh, you made it back! Oh, that's good.
Yeah, your shift's up. Yeah, go take 5.
No, you gotta run.
Yeah, that way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we're
where
running
going.
that
He's
way.
going past him.
He starts to get up. You hear footfalls and the clamoring of what sound like demonic feet, like the scratches of feet upon asphalt. A blade being dragged along the ground behind them, as well as the flapping of wings as coming out of the dim light, a series of figures emerges. As Caitlin stands, looks at you. Now you don't understand. It's not Lilith. Lilith got the two of them! And then you see behind them, stepping out of the darkness, a faint pinkish glow in their eyes. The other Petal Knight that you'd encountered before, Adrian, the young gotta kill all the demons girl that you had bumped into. You see 2 frost hellbats fluttering and grappling onto the sides of the area. You see 2 hells, Ptolemaeus, the scythe-wielding demons you fought, and in between all of them, as if leading them, blade out to the side, you see with that pinkish glow in their eyes, Adric, giving a cold, almost dead look in your direction.
That's bad news.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like great news.
Yeah, just stand by. Take 5, soldier. This is not
No, it's real bad.
above you.
Gun immediately up.
Adrian raises their gun towards the lot of you. Again, there's the same fervor to them, they point it with the same sort of quirky intensity that they had before whenever you met them. And Adric still has effectively the same vibe about him that he normally would, except turned back against you guys and with that faint pinkish purplish glow in their eyes. As he raises the large blade up, you see this almost distortion around it, as if there's a vibration in the air around his weapon, and as he moves it, you hear this coming from the direction of it. Plans have changed. All of you need to head back. Now.
Adric, you fell for the one succubus who Ooh, you shouldn't have. Should have fell for the other one. Looks at Marley.
Yeah, I know you mean me. I know you mean me. I'm a little sad too. But only a little bit.
I mostly feel bad for Colleen. You wouldn't
Is that
understand.
a thing?
We're taking this fall.
Listen, they want a
Wiggles in
kid,
it.
but they'll never talk about it. Got it?
While they're all quipping, I'm just making sure I have bullets.
You hear Adrian on the side, like,
Sorry, boss, I'm not sure that they're gonna stand down. I don't think they quite get the idea. Lilith needs us to get in there and get the rest of the people that are hiding. So why don't you all drop dead?
you hear a click from their weapon. Yeah, looks like the only way to move them is gonna be to go through them.
Sorry, boss, I'm going over your head. You're
God dang
unfit
it.
for duty. I'm in command now. Welcome to Emmanuel's battalion.
You almost swear you hear a crack from the asphalt underneath Adric's feet. As you've seen with the Petal Knight ranked Knights of Ulyssia that have fought before, his aura just changes immediately. His body almost seems to get swathed in this pseudo-arcane aura. His mantle flutters briefly around him, and you see, a lot like with the effects of the blur spell, his body starts to become more difficult to see. As he moves, there's like a ghostly afterimage that follows him.
Let us do the moving over here, front and center, so that they can hit me right after this fails. I'm going to do the thing that is called bombastic.
Fitting. She told us to take care of you in particular. What are you doing? You using bombastic?
Yes.
Oh, because you have max style points, don't you?
It only costs 4, but yes.
Yeah, oh my goodness. I'm going to remind myself what that does. Hoof. Space up to 60 feet away, 20-foot radius sphere. It's basically a fireball. Where would you like to hit? I mean, right there hits all of them.
Yeah,
That's-
I want to hit all of them.
All right. In that case, target every single one of them. You
right,
step
so
out, you gather flames together, your body just becomes absolutely encased in fire. More intense than most of your uses of this before. You bring your hands back, rush them forward, a bead of flame rushes down the tunnel to basically right in front of Adric, who raises up his weapon and tries to strike it as it comes at him. As he does, it detonates. You guys all see the tunnel light up with flame. Go ahead and make the roll against them. The Ptolemaias both fail. One of the Hellbats fails. And the other 3 all succeed, so they'll take half.
Okay.
And now click the damage. Ooh. So you use it. Nice. Both of the Ptolemaias, as it hits, are incinerated and blasted away by it. As this flame remains in the center, it lingers as this wall of fire that one stroke seems to cut up the center of, as you see Adric brings his blade up and just cuts the flames away and separates them, dispelling what remains of them. But you do see he was burned by it. They did take... So the Ptolemaias took 39 damage, one of the Hellbats took 39 damage, and all of the others took 19.
I will bonus action Dance of Coercion on him. Let me give it a shot. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the thing.
All right, go for it.
The thing. You think I'm sexy, please?
He succeeded.
That's okay.
He's just not into you.
That's
Really
a lot of
isn't.
A lot of things aren't into me lately. So.
Well, one of them was a bug.
As the flames consume that part of the tunnel, just before he brings his blade up and separates it in a very Final Fantasy character-esque manner, you briefly do a flourish, doing a relatively sensual, very brief dance in his direction, then hold out a hand to them at the end of it as you strike a pose, attempting to charm him as you do. He just raises the blade, takes it in both hands. His eyes seem to glare through you.
Yeah, no, I expected that much at least. Well, it was worth a try.
He's just not that into you.
No, it's a bit young.
As Adric's going to go. He brings his sword down, takes it in both hands, points the blade towards the ground, and strikes the ground with it. As he does, his body is encased in this, very briefly, in this resplendent bluish looking energy that echoes across his skin. He's going to
By the
use
way,
it.
guys, he's really dangerous.
You guys would be effectively unaware of what he's done here. I don't believe he's going to be able to do anything else, really. He's going to do that. And then he's going to He does this, and as he does, he is going to, as he coats himself in this energy that forms to ripple across him, creating some defensive effect on him, he's going to end his turn.
Get up here.
This motherfucker's getting too close. Too close. Alright, I'm gonna step here. Well, I have these 3 style points. I'd like to use Condemnation on Adric with Magistrate.
When you take the attack action, you can spend 3 style points to replace one of your weapon attacks with a special attack meant to seize up the target. If you hit a target with that shot, they take damage. They must also make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, they are racked with electrical energy and stunned for the rest of your next turn. Until your next turn. Until the end of my next turn, I read for a living, but I'm bad at this. It's fine.
As you raise up your weapon, you fire at him. The bullet seems to go wide. He seems to just turn, eyes locked on the lot of you. He just turns and it flies by. It strikes the barricade that's off behind him. For what you put into it, we'll say destroying it.
Fuck you, Adric. You're a real piece of work, aren't you? Huh.
I'm burning an inspiration to make it a flat roll, because I want to hit him in the...
That hits.
Woo! Put grit, and I'm going to put the effect.
I shoot you, then I throw the gun at you.
I forever have just a little Spencer in the back of my brain be like, use the effect.
And damage!
You fire it.
Nice.
When it hits, he brings up his arm, and as it connects with it, it hits the back of his arm as if he means to defend it. There's a very loud eruption of energy, and a cone behind him. The snow gets disturbed. That's seeped into the area. But then you see him bring his arm down, and though he suffered pain, his arm has stopped the shot. And he just sweeps his arm to the side. And it looks like that energy, that bluish energy he coated himself with, had briefly focused itself on his arm, as if to reduce the damage.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, he's nuts.
Yeah, no, he's fucking bonkers, dude. I'm gonna move out here, because I only move like 5 feet. I'm gonna get out here, because I'm strong, but my relay can't be the only target here.
I'm pretty sure one time he punched me so hard I went back in time.
Is that why you're so small?
He punched you!
Yeah, when we were training.
Oh, that's fair. That's me, though, by the way.
My boy, be right up on that Adric, and he's gonna just appear, and he's gonna swing his sword right down on top of him. Try to get him.
That does not hit.
I think I will do this now. Hiya.
That hits, and it gets a crit. He rushes forward. He brings up his fist, and as the echo goes for its first attack, rather than block it, he clocks it. He punches your echo in the side of the head and knocks it off balance as it tries to hit him. It then goes in, spins around, uses its momentum to strike him again. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Ooh. That's juicy.
It is reduced to 14. As it hits him, again, he brings down his elbow, and just as it makes connection, strikes it. That bluish energy covering him hits it again, and it reduces the damage.
Okay, well, I'm gonna apply these things to you anyway. Because, got a crit, son.
It's true.
Unleash Incarnation, because full up on them. And...
Oh.
That misses.
20 misses? Oh, no.
Told ya.
Oh, God.
Is Adrian within 5 feet of my echo, would you say? Or would I have to make him move?
No, Adrian would be 10 feet away from there.
So I'm gonna instead, I'm gonna action surge, and I'm gonna target her.
That hits.
Oh.
So close to a crit.
That deals full damage. They rush towards them. Adrian aims their pistol towards them, takes their rapier out, goes in for an attack, tries to parry it, but your echo strikes them. They take another 13 points of damage.
And one more attack coming at you. Bow.
That hits.
Heck yep.
They take another 16. They look like they're getting pretty beat up as you assail them.
Fuck it. Sorry, nothing personal.
Alright, Adrian's gonna go. As this happens, as you say nothing personal to it, they stop like, yeah, likewise. Honestly, this is a kinda nice excuse. I've always wanted, and they raise their hand out towards you, Gino, and they are going to attempt to cast a spell on you.
Ooh, do it.
On you
Spell
on you.
and on Arden.
Ah, me?
Both of you are going to have to make a wisdom save.
No, you leave my boy alone.
You both succeed!
Hey! I had no excuse.
Same.
As they try to use it on you, they vanish from where they are in this, like, they seem to peel away into these arcane flower petals, and they reappear right here.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna step right, and I'm gonna get my peepers laying down on this old battlefield here. I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt at Frost Hellbat 2.
Alright, here we go, let's do it!
We got some business to settle, you and I.
Manuel goes on a quest to eradicate all Frost Hellbats.
Die for me. Die for
That's a hit.
Okay, so step 1, 58. Bounce to it.
Oh! What does that make it?
Thunder damage.
Thunder damage! Nice. Okay.
It's a plus 16 to
And
damage.
since it's 2,
wanted fire.
isn't that the condition for it bouncing? For it to be the...
Yes.
Yep. Almost totally maxed. It's dead.
Thunder.
Nice.
Feel the thunder.
Real quick, 1 second. Because it died to thunder damage, it's going to explode.
Thunderbats.
It's 15 feet in the air.
And this effect would hit everything within 15 feet of it. It gets Adrian. You're right.
Hooray!
Hey.
Die, Adrian, but not really. You seem really nice.
As it detonates, Adrian brings up her rapier and is about to strike down at Marile. You do this, there's just an eruption of force behind her. It expands and detonates, and let's see how this goes. She's going to have advantage on this because of, didn't choose to explode. It did so on account of being hit. And con save. They fail. Adrian is not down, but that bat is gone.
And the bounce goes to Adrian.
So
Bounce!
And then you're bouncing it to... Where are you bouncing it to, I wonder?
It goes from the bat to Adrian.
That's a hit!
All right.
Yeah.
Come on, RN Jesus. Trust
Come
the
on, bounce
Manny.
again.
Oh. Which damage type are you gonna choose?
All right, let me take a look at my here. Oh, we got cold or we got heckin' poison. Let's do poison. Let's get cheeky with it.
And she's down. It hits her as that explodes. Her back is coated in ice. She turns quickly, aims her gun roughly up towards it as this poisonous blast comes out of the cloud created by the explosion of the Hellbat and hits her, and she is down.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Hooray!
If someone could stop the bleeding, not on the bat though. Fuck that thing. I mean, heck that thing. Sorry, Adric. I'm gonna quicken spell. And I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Ace of Nicolo.
Yes. Even as you face death, one of the knights should act with decorum. Emmanuel.
I know. I'm sorry.
Fuck that.
No, you'll get fired.
I am going to shoot him, and I'm not sure when I'll stop.
Alright.
By the way, do I see anything on him with my special eyes?
As far as magic goes, what he's doing is technically not magic. So, no, you do see his weapon is enchanted with some kind of magic. His mantle also appears to be the source of the magical blurring effect that is on him. And you see the faint shimmer of an aura that is affecting roughly far enough out that the Hellbat is benefiting from whatever it is, but you can't tell the exact nature of it. Like, this is very, like, it's loose magic. Like, it's enchantment magic, obviously, on...
Yeah, there's nothing that I can gain advantage of shooting him with.
Yeah.
No magic piercing right now. So I'm gonna magic pierce him in the face.
Alright.
Hopefully this hits! Ayat!
That hits.
Ayat!
Yep, it hits him. He takes half damage from it.
Ayat!
He takes, you hit. He's gonna take half damage again, but roll your damage. Yep, he takes 9.
Ayat! Haste attack!
You hit him again.
Nice.
Nice. Bang, bang, bang.
You're the perfect person to go up against this technique that he's using.
As you keep firing it, he brings his blade up. He deflects every couple of shots. On one of them, he reaches his hand out and uses the palm of his hand to catch it and crushes the shot as it hits him. And it still hurts him, but he is rocking these as you're firing at him.
I have a ton of movement speed. I'm just going to scramble up and get over there.
Marile. It's your turn again.
I just need a second, because Tristan's laughing at me because I'm eating popcorn with a spoon.
Yeah, that's weird. No, that's a weird thing you're doing. That's he's right to laugh.
It's like butter popcorn. I don't want it under my nails.
That, I get that, Squeaky. I don't blame you. Also, I have a friend who eats crushed chips with a spoon, so
What?
I can't judge you.
Your echo. Does it prevent movement through it?
It is an object, so I would imagine so. Let me just look.
Given that there's a small space there, I'll go as far as that he squeezes to move as far as he can inward.
Okay, no.
Goes for an attack. He sweeps under it, ducking out of the way, gets to the middle, brings up his weapon. As he does, he takes a quick count of everybody that's surrounding him currently. I need to check the range on a feature, so please give me 1 second.
Is he gonna do a thing I can say no to?
He is taking an action to use an ability. You see arcane energy begins swirling around him. This aura of force appears. If you want to try to use your... Yep, then go ahead and make him roll against it. He fails, but he's going to use his reaction to succeed. That's all of those, if that makes you feel better.
That's okay. How many? I can't wait till he has like 3.
He brings the weapon up, swirls it around, and then he slices down in the direction of Gino. But Gino, rather than an attack going at you directly, he's casting Destructive Wave.
Fuck!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Hold on.
All of you are about to make a con save.
Is he not gonna target Caitlyn over there?
Oh yeah, good call.
Counter manual.
Die, Caitlyn! Fucking die!
Man, I wish. Oh.
Oh my god!
Oh no! Oh no!
Well. Oh no!
Oh no!
Danger! Danger! Danger!
Goodbye, guys.
You're
I think
all
he's
going.
targeting himself.
Oh, he shouldn't do
That
that.
was the other thing.
He's going to blast the area. You are all going to take necrotic and thunder damage.
Oh.
5d6 of each, in particular.
Have fun, Arden.
I'm alive.
You all take 29 points of damage, and when it hits you, you are all knocked prone.
Can I be knocked prone?
Let's say no for you, since you're being grappled by that thing and you're in the air.
Cool.
Prone doesn't make much sense for you. And with
Ow! Fuck off, you fucking bastard! Ah!
he's going to use Virtuous Flora. As he does this, there's a wave of energy that erupts out from him. He's going to then turn and make a single weapon attack against Marile. Brings his blade up, striking down on you, Marile. As it brings it up, the wave strikes you. As it does, this thunderous burst erupts from it. You take... It's not the actual damage. When it hits you, fire damage does hit him, but it looks like it is absorbed by the aura that is surrounding him. Marile, you take 17 points of damage. He is going to go ahead and use Graceful Protection on himself as well.
I don't want to be close to you for very long. You hurt. I'm gonna use the dash action to run past him. Mirage dash. Yaw.
Okay, is that as a bonus action?
Dash my butt.
Getting all the way down there.
Yes. Get away from me.
You rush by him. He does not attack you on account of having used his reaction already.
Uh-huh.
So the attacking part of that, as you pass by him, just real quick. Boop, boop,
Make a
boop.
single melee weapon attack as part of the action as long as you move at least 10 feet beforehand, which I scooted and then come y'all.
That did not hit him.
Yeah, but it still got me out of there.
As you
and
rush
he
by
can't
him,
move me.
you attack this blue after image going behind you as you strike. He quickly spins around and deflects it with his shield, or with his sword as if it were a shield.
Oh, you're right butthole, huh?
I don't like him. I don't like
Yeah,
him
no,
at
I
all.
don't either. I'm really liking him less and less right now. He was cool before, but now he's kind of a dickhole.
Attack.
He probably can't help himself. That's not nice.
He's being affected by
give
the
a shit.
problematic kryptonite.
The kryptonite of Booba.
Arden!
Bruh. Stab. Stab
Get him.
that.
Hey, no, wait. Don't let me get him.
I can't do anything otherwise.
I hate him, you see.
Oh, wait.
Stab Adric
Is
from,
this-
from where you are.
Is this area filled with dim light or darkness?
Dim light.
Okay, I'm just gonna fucking teleport next to Adric.
Alright, go ahead.
And that's not an action or anything. That's just something I do. I'm gonna stibbledy stab him, hopefully.
New strike. That does not hit.
Does that hit?
That does hit.
Hooray!
Yikes!
Take that, bitch! Fuck!
He takes 6 damage.
I'm gonna make him bloat.
Alright.
And I also want to put my brand of castigation on him. And then, do I want to amplify it? Is the question? Yeah, I'll amplify it.
Alrighty.
So I'm gonna hurt myself because I'm a fool, and I only desire to hurt Theo. Not so bad.
Not so
All
bad.
right, try getting through all my 14 hit points now, Patrick.
As you use this, he seems to like put his hand to his chest as his his skin takes on a reddish tinge.
All right. Ow! Kill it!
I was fixing to say.
Kill that bat!
Oh, I will.
Kill it!
I point my ring at the bat.
Okay, here we go.
God! No!
If you get petrified again, I swear to God.
If I get petrified again,
if he got
actually, I can.
Yeah,
I
that
can
would
stop
work
you.
on it.
But yeah, I'm also targeting it, so it can't affect.
You are stunned until the start of your next turn.
Did you guys see that?
Oh my God!
Quick, we gotta kill it before he's unstunned. Make him think that he did it.
Nicolo, you gotta kill it.
I'm so sick of that fucking ring.
That's you.
I can't do anything
Put
else.
stunned on yourself, Nicolo. It's your turn.
God damn it! I'm gonna cut off your fucking hand.
If I kill that thing though, it'll hurt Marty Lay.
It's 15 feet up.
Yeah, it's 15
Never
feet up.
mind. I will murder it.
Would murder.
Yep.
Have you met gun? That hits.
Does a 29 hit?
It does indeed. Shocking. 0 people. Oh! Style point.
Yay!
Nice!
I haven't had one of those
And you
in
deal
40
22
years.
damage, and it is left with 1 hit point.
One hit point!
Fine, I'll hit it again.
That hits.
Bang.
I like how you can just say that with absolute confidence.
You shoot, you shoot the bat. It is destroyed. It does explode, but nobody is within range to be hurt.
No. I want to do something.
All right, what do you want to do?
I want to use Blood Curse of the Fallen Puppet.
To do what?
I want it to move like half its speed and then explode next to Adric.
That can make it move?
If I amplify it, yeah.
Okay. So the thing is, as soon as it dies, it would explode. So you'd have to do that before it got hit.
It's only, it only happens when it reaches 0
Sure.
hit points.
Sure. So go ahead. As it gets hit and it's about to explode, you use that. I took him off the combat tracker, so I'm just gonna do this manually.
Dude, that's so fucking good, though.
They have advantage and con. They succeed, so then they would take.
Where are you, Arden? I need to hurt you more. There you go.
Oh, honey.
Take that, Arden. You piece of shit.
Half of this. It will take half. He takes 8 damage. As it detonates, Adric takes 8 damage from the explosion.
Cool.
Nice.
Worth.
Yeah, man.
Catelyn is going to attempt. They're going to try to pull Adrian out of there. They're going to get them. They're going to look to you guys. Hey, you guys can handle this, right? I mean, you can't, but can you hold him off for a while and not die? I guess? Don't die.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
I have no faith in you. Good luck.
You'll see.
It pains me that I have to do this, really. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't want to. But these are not normal circumstances. He puts his weapon out. He's going to cast a spell. You see his weapon begin to glow with a bright light.
You don't want to stop him, do you, Marty?
You can try to stop him. All right, go ahead. And oh, he succeeds.
Say no to drugs, Adric.
As he begins to power up the weapon, you try to get his attention and distract him. He doesn't even regard you. Brings his weapon out. His great sword begins to glow with the thunderous energy still swarmed around it. As he does, he is going to use, because he cast a spell, he's going to use Fortify, which will last until the end of his turn. He steps forward thunderously. He is going to ignore you, Echo Gino. He's going to bring his weapon up, and he's going to rush you, Gino.
He entered my space.
I'm gonna opportunity attack him. Or did I already do that?
He's 15 feet from you due to your slight offset, but we'll just move you. Whatever. We'll resolve these with the Echo first. Go ahead, Echo.
Nope.
Misses. All right, Arden. As you strike,
Ah,
That misses.
Dang it.
Sweeps around, hits both of the weapons away with the same attack, slides in towards you, Gino, and he brings his elbow up, elbows you just into the air so that your feet just lift off the ground, and then he's going to go for 3 attacks on you.
Ooh.
It's okay. He's gonna take 2d8 of necrotic damage for.
Don't worry. If we trained you well, then you'll be fine! And he's going to go for the first one. That hits. I'm so sorry for what's about to happen. You take 30
bye, guys.
damage from the first one as you're struck by not only the strength of a great sword, but also the thunderous aura surrounding it and the radiant power of the spell that is currently on it. Goes for a second attack. This will do that damage, so that hits. Go ahead and apply the damage to him there if you want to.
Yeah, take 2 points of damage, bitch.
He takes none of it, but it's actually a good thing, and I can't explain why to you right now. But it's actually the best possible thing that could have happened with that feature. I'll tell you why later. Remind me to tell you why that's a good thing later, but it is.
Okay. All right.
And then he goes, that's damage from that attack is going to hit you. Are you doing anything about it?
Nope, I can't.
Gino, you take another 24 points. Slashes you, hits you into the air, leaps up after you, grabs you, spins you around so that he's up above you in the air, then brings the blade up, and he's going to strike you down. And I'm pretty sure a 34 hits.
Oh
man.
my god!
Let me double check.
It wasn't even a crit.
Go ahead and roll that necrotic damage against him.
Yeah, take that, nerd. Take 3 damage.
He takes the 3. Gino, you are struck. You fly down into the ground. Your echo vanishes.
Oh.
Zero fucking chance I was getting out of that not unconscious.
Yeah. As he hits the ground, Adric lands on the ground as well, swings his weapon out to the side. You hear a combination of from it moving, from the thunderous aura, as well as this radiant shimmering sound that fills the tunnel as he does that. He then turns immediately with a very sudden stillness towards you, Arden, as his eyes just lock up and lock onto you. As Gino is left in a pile on the ground. And I'm gonna tick off one of his spell slots. Yeah, he's got a lot going on right now. Nicolo, roll me a perception check.
Oh yeah, let's go. I am so bad at these today.
You can't tell much about it, Nicolo, but there's a brief moment of you catch light at the end of the tunnel. It's a morbid thing to say without follow-up, but there's follow-up. You see light at the end of the tunnel, and though you don't have really much time to regard it, you see a vehicle appears to be smashing through barricades, heading down the tunnel from the exit towards where you guys are. You can see headlights, but due to how glaring they are, you can't tell anything about the vehicle beyond that it has 2 very bright headlights.
On did I move? I'm gonna rush this way.
It is quite a bit away from you. It is like 100 feet or so, 200 feet.
It sounds more urgent because I have haste.
You guys hear the honking of a truck horn, of a very large and what appears to be truck back behind you, turning back towards it. You see what looks like a large van moving towards you, like a
It was pretty far off, right?
Yeah, but it's also a van. It's a vehicle.
Well, you know, I didn't want to get
coming
right
up to
in front
echoing
of it.
down. You guys see it. You see a figure inside trying to traverse the tumultuous terrain of inside the tunnel as they move towards you. They end up coming and spinning the vehicle so that it's basically its side is facing roughly down where you are. Playlist, can you not play the same song twice? Oh, I get it, because this one has lyrics. It comes to a stop just beyond that rock, just down there, as you guys see the window roll down, just in time to see cracks forming in the tunnel above you all. And you see, Nicolo, you in particular, see the familiar figure of Zinnia in the driver's seat of this thing, opening it down and just very desperately yelling out towards you all. I'm not sure what you're doing fighting in here, but things are going very bad outside, and I need to talk to you, so if you all wouldn't mind wrapping this up and coming with me. Also, why is he fighting you?
If we don't stop him, he's going to take out the people inside the stadium.
Lilith got him.
Okay, well, come here when you can.
We are going to go full on right in fucking front of him, even though I really could do it with range. I'm going to try a level 3 hold person. Can you please throw me a bone, sir?
He nat ones.
Oh!
Yeah!
Woo!
Get him!
Okay, so we're gonna...
All out attack animation goes by.
Yeah.
I will.
I will then level 3 heal for my bonus action, and it will be for Gino, because I don't know where Arden went.
His turn. He's going to get a chance to break out of this. Yeah, he is going to... He rolls against it. He nat 20s. There's a second of you going by him, and you, like, graze your fingers along his shoulder and, like, up to his neck. And for a brief moment, the enticing nature of how you cast spells does cause him to freeze up. And then he finds his resolve again, swipes towards you. You back up, but he regains mobility, but it does take all of his willpower for that turn to do so.
We'll go, actually, no, that's perfect. I'm going right there. I'm going to turn to him, and I'm going to be like, hey, yeah. I'm going to point the ring at him.
I swear to God!
You fireball this group. Actually, you know what? Do it. Fireball the group. I don't care.
You know, honestly,
I'll be okay.
I'm going to burn 2 style points into Heave, so I can roll 3 times and pick my favorite.
Okay. Time the first.
First one. Blind everybody. All right. Second one. I cast Lightning Bolt. That was probably what I'm going to pick. That's what I was a little bit hoping for.
For those at home, for those listening back on the podcast, that was the stunned until your next turn one again. If you did Lightning Bolt, you could definitely point the line so that it wouldn't hit anyone else.
There we go. Diagonally right through. Yeah, I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt.
Okay, roll it against it.
Heckin' dodge this.
He fails.
That's so good.
Annihilate this fucker.
Breathing.
You deal 26 damage to him.
Oh.
Oh, dang it. That part didn't work.
Put your hand out, electricity blasts forth from him, hits the wall, scatters along it. As it does, he does have a moment of putting up his blade to try to block it. It slides back half a foot as it hits him.
I'm out of sorcery points right now, so I can't do much else. Sorry, sir, but I'm the boss right now. Never mind. Sit.
I'm the fucking
Stay.
Zinnia starts aggressively honking the horn. As she does, you see the large metallic claws that you had seen break through the canopy earlier rake across part of the tunnel, digging a trench out up above where you guys are, as whatever creature is outside the stadium appears to be digging through the ground trying to unearth the tunnel.
We have to move! Take him down!
I need to get him. He turns over towards where Nicolo is. So I need all of you to get out of my way. He raises up his sword. There's a updraft, almost like a propulsion of wind that comes out from where he is that causes his mantle to flutter around you guys. You're all briefly pushed back by it, as various after images of Adric begin striking out and hitting you all. He's casting...
if I say no,
You could try, go ahead.
I will say no. Hopefully, can pretty please. How about we don't do that?
He nat once.
Yeah!
He does not...
Does this guy not know what numbers are between 1 and 20?
Apparently not! So he is not going to cast Steel Wind Strike. All this means is that remember that this effect doesn't. It means the action isn't used.
Means he won't just does something else.
So as he tries to use it, Marile dances in such a way that she causes small little flickers of flame to strike the after images and gets rid of them. Seeing this, Adric, blade still in the air, has a brief grimace. Then he turns the blade upside down and strikes it down into the ground, and he's going to instead just cast Destructive Wave. He doesn't have to see you, he just has to choose you, and if you're within 30 feet, so...
bullshit!
Arden, you're within range.
Fuck! I hate him!
Yeah, I'm getting there too, man.
And... con saves.
Yeah, there it is.
That's a nat 1. Good thing I don't have style points.
Thank God.
Baby John.
Hooray!
Alrighty, so those of you who succeeded, which are Gino and Arden, you will take half. Marile and the others, you guys will take full, as it's Necrotic and Thunder again.
Oh, wait. Oh.
Bye.
Arden, you maintain concentration. Emmanuel, you maintain concentration.
Thank you.
Those of you who were...
He's gonna take some damage from my brand of castigation.
For hitting all of them around them?
For hitting me, for hitting Gino, and for hitting Emmanuel, because they're within 5 feet of me.
Okay, go ahead. One sec. Sorry,
12
those
points.
4 each time, so he should have taken a total of 12. Yeah, okay, the first one will trigger the reduction from his effect and also disable his mantle for the turn. Then he'll take the other 2, so he takes 8. As he grimaces as that happens, I'm going to apply prone to those that were hit as well. So he's going to use his 2 remaining virtual floras together. As he takes a step, you see around him, from the energy of the destructive wave, you see what appear to be flower petals begin building up around him, as you see osmanthus petals almost flowing, these ethereal osmanthus petals flowing around him. They swarm together like a small vortex of air around his weapon, which he turns with, and he is going to strike Gino with it.
Is this an attack roll?
It is an attack roll.
I'm going to use Aegis of Ajax. That one gives me the shield spell, and if he hits me still, then he takes 1d6 thunder. So
Okay. He's going to swing towards you.
self
Is disadvantage. With shield, what is your AC?
26.
He just misses by 1 point. Brings it, strikes it as he does. His energy he'd built up around his weapon disperses harmlessly. He strikes you. There is a clap of energy. The osmanthus petals scatter very beautifully around the area and begin shimmering in the air. Does he still take the damage even though he missed?
Any creature that hits you with a melee attack, yeah. So.
Yeah. So that doesn't work. That's the last of those. That's the last of those. Oh, he is so low on stuff.
Good.
He's just gonna be a normal guy after this.
Okay.
Hit him,
Between
Theo.
2 things.
Get up.
I could try to bap him, boy, or I have a stupid thing I want to try.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm gonna try to bap him. You know what? I'm doing the stupid thing. Fuck it. We're having fun here. It's DMS. I'm doing the stupid thing.
Let's go!
Yeah.
So, DM, you can tell me if I can't do this. I want to try, as I am a tiny small, I want to pull out my filter of love that I've had since the beginning of the campaign that I picked up from that one demon that I told no one that I had.
Yes.
I want to uncork it and try to shove it down his throat, or like try to feed it to him and point his head in Money
Oh my god!
Roll me. let's treat this like it's a grapple. Roll me.
Okay.
But let's say you can use acrobatics or athletics if you want to.
Oh. Yes, acrobatic.
And he's gonna roll back against you as you reach up and try to. What a move! All right.
I'm gonna put in both my style points.
Does he still have the bloated
Fuck
agony
yes.
thing on him?
He doesn't seem
have gone
to.
away.
I think it might have gone away. I think it might have been coded wrong. He'd still have it, right? Though, because a minute's
Yeah.
less than a minute. So he would have disadvantage on this. All right, I'll roll again. I'll take the lower. They
Strength
were
and
both.
dexterity.
They were both the same.
Wow. Well, never mind.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Oh, it's taking a minute. It's figuring itself out. What's going on? It's just sitting there. You succeed.
Yeah!
You do so. You grab him, spin him around, uncork it, put it in his throat, strike his throat in such a way he's like. Spits it out, throws it off to the side. I'd like you to roll me a strength check to try to direct him towards Marile.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god.
What the hell?
The amount. Okay. My strength's pretty okay. Actually, I was like, do I? I was like, my strength's pretty okay. Strength check coming at you, please. Overwhelming advance. I'm doing it.
Okay,
not an attack roll.
it's not an attack roll, but you know what? We're playing DMS, and this whole thing's stupid anyways. Go ahead, use overwhelming advance.
Gino, I never noticed how handsome your armor is.
Go ahead, roll it again.
Earning those stealth points.
I'm gonna have.
Now, whoever he would be interested in that he sees.
So that's the thing, though. That's the thing, though.
Yeah,
He
it
is
has to be
definitely
something he would already normally be into.
Marile and Theo. Please, both of you, roll me a d20.
Is that a good
Oh,
thing?
wait, I did it wrong. One sec.
What's the matter, Adric?
19.
As this happens, he quickly brings his hand up, wipes his mouth, casts a small amount that he didn't swallow off to the side, looks to you, is very briefly is like, Chew, what do you think here? And then he looks down and he has a moment of seeing Marile. And
on the ground.
his eyes start shifting side to side very briefly as if he's vexed by something. His face still very serious in the moment. And as this happens, the claws of the massive beast that is assailing the stadium once again pierces in near the entrance and starts digging things out, and all of your stances are rocked by it as it happens. He steps, and there's a moment of almost all of you losing your balance on the ground. And as he does, he quickly looks over towards it. We have to... He looks down to Marile, and unless anybody stops him, he puts his sword on his back and he's going to pick up Marile.
Where is he going?
He closes his eyes very tightly as if trying to fight something. They're fighting against each other. Look, you hear the honking of the truck again, of the van. We have to get her onto that. Go, come on! And he is, unless someone's going to stop him, he's going to grimacing against the various charm effects on him. Using them all collectively to fight his way through them and act somewhat normally, but with Marile's best interests specifically in mind. He is going to begin booking it towards the van.
Let's fucking go!
Okay.
Holy shit!
I cannot believe that shit works.
As you all run towards the van, the claws continue to pull at the tunnel, raking it and tearing it apart. He rushes forward. Zinnia briefly gets out, opens the doors on the side of it, gets back in, closes them, honks it again. We really need to get out of here! And she turns towards it. You hear her revving the van again. As you get closer, Adric goes in and very gently places Marile onto one of the seats of it. Her still being down. Marile, roll me a death save over the course of all this. You succeed one. What is everyone doing at this moment? The beast outside is getting more aggressive in trying to dig up the tunnel.
Nothing wrong chasing after to hop in the van.
Yeah. I want Zinnia to see the door, like the front door, open, just
Can't wait
with
for the
nobody
repercussions
there.
of this.
I get in.
All right.
As you're all in, Adric steps back, takes a deep breath, and closes the door from the outside. Puts his hand on his sword, turns back down the tunnel. I have no idea how long this is going to last. But all of you get out of here. If you find Lilith and kill her, this should end. Right?
I hope so.
For however long this is active, I have to protect the people in this building, so go.
Sorry I climbed you, but also not sorry.
Stop apologizing for things and go. And, apologize to Marile for me, please.
Uh-huh.
Thanks.
By the way, I would have, whenever I got in, I'm just over, and I would have used a healing cure wounds thingy. But you know, he can say that and then leave.
Yeah. You use it. He thanks you. He begins walking back towards the massive kaiju-esque creature that is clawing at the area down the tunnel. As Zinnia's like, "Sure, all right. If you want to be left behind, no skin off my back. Try not to die, I suppose." And she turns it and begins driving the van as fast as she can back down out the other way. You come to the end of the tunnel. As he escapes, there's a bit of a slope that looks like it must have been difficult to drive this thing up. The van goes out, catches air for a second before landing on a snowbank, and begins peeling down towards the roads below, with this place having been disrupted and lifted above the rest of the city. As you guys do, the blizzard is obscuring it, but you see the gargantuan figure of this thing. And when I describe it as kaiju-esque, to compare it to the size of Godzilla is accurate. This serpentine metallic creature made of copper and blue metal that you can barely see through the fog and the snow, moving about. All you can see are the various lights coming out from what looks like underneath its exoskeleton as it moves and begins digging into the stadium. You guys slide away, hit the road. Zinnia desperately turns the wheel to get it oriented back properly, and begins driving away back into the city, heading directly towards where the Talon is. You notice, being with her, she does not have her briefcase with her.
Where's
Zinnia,
your case thingy?
where'd your case go? Still invisible.
Right, well, that's part of the problem. So,
Marile, your head is pounding as you come back. The pain of having been in the general proximity of Lilith mixed with the pain of having been taken down like that, your head is spinning. You can hear a very clear ringing noise in your ears.
We're getting too close to her.
gonna get worse.
Great. I didn't pack my doll.
After I broke off from you, I tried to leave and tried to go about my business in hunting down our mutual acquaintance, but I was ambushed. I managed to get away without being charmed by her, but Lilith made away with Pandora. She headed, I believe, here. I tried to chase her. I had to find a vehicle because without it, I'm not as well protected from the elements as I was. And then, whenever I was coming here and saw the attack, I saw her leaving, not too long ago, heading towards the Talon. I think she may have figured out a way to get into it. I need that briefcase back.
We'll get it back.
Can I open it?
The briefcase? Absolutely not! Who knows what could happen?
And
Could it kill Lilith, though?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Probably incredibly dangerous.
It's good to see you, Zenny. Missed you.
Right. Yeah, me too.
as you guys begin moving off towards it, driving towards the Talon, that is where we're going to end this day. And finally end this mission.
Yay! 7th level, bitches!
What's our mission rank?
For that ending, at least S.
Yeah!
For ending things
that
with
was-
Adric that way, at least S.
That was so good, Hayden. Oh my god.
I have been holding that filter of love since the beginning of the campaign.
Oh.
And that's the thing that I didn't tell anyone that what I found from the fucking like big bullshit things. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know. And I've had the vision of wanting to shove it down something's mouth. And I'm so glad I finally got it.
That's so cool.
You told us to remind you what to tell us why later.
Oh, yeah, so the thing is, though you only did, like, it was reduced to 2 damage, part of the Osmanthus Petal Knight's thing at his level, because he's basically got all the fun things, is that every round, resetting at the beginning of his round, he just reduces the first thing that does damage to him by an amount of points equal to his level, which in this case, for the purposes of this, he's an NPC, but for the purposes of this meant the first thing that hit him every round just does 15 less damage.
Gross.
So though your thing didn't do that much damage, you destroyed like a 15-point buffer with a 2-point damage, which is pretty worth.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then I got him for 3.
Yeah. No, he's
that's cool.
among Petal Knights, he's one of the Osmanthus ones, one of the few that is able to use heavy weapons, and basically all of his stuff is I'm really hard to damage. We are gonna take off. We'll see you in another 2 weeks for another DMS as we get into Mission 7.
Hey.
Yeah. Later, everybody.